Good evening, friends, and welcome to day 95 of a poem a day for 2026. For some reason, I still really want to say 2021. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Um, if you celebrate it in a thoroughly religious fashion, I hope it has been a peaceful and reflective day for you. I hope that your mass was well attended, and you got everything that you sought from your gathering in spiritual terms. If for you it's Cass is turning around in the background. If for you it's all about the eggs and the kids and the chocolate, I hope that it's been full of fun and frolics and noise and chaos and all that good stuff. Maybe there's been an Easter egg hunt. And I know for me personally, when I was younger, I'm not talking like when I was a kid, late teens, early 20s, after I'd left home, it was largely about family. So I would always go to visit my mum, and we'd have dinner with her. So I woke up quite late today, otherwise I would have given her a call. So I will give her a call tomorrow. I did treat myself to an Easter egg when I did my food shopping on Friday, but I've not made a start on it yet. It's probably going to last me a while, to be fair, but it's just felt nice. So whatever today has held for you, I hope it's been good. And I'm glad that I get to share some poetry with you today, which, because of the variable nature of Easter, is unlikely to be an Easter-themed poem. It is the 5th today, isn't it? Is it the 6th today? Am I talking out of my... My goodness. Well, it would appear that because we skipped the Walrus and the Carpenter, I also skipped ahead and missed a poem for the 3rd of April, because I've just opened the book and seen that the next page is the 6th. So yesterday's poem, as you probably have heard at the start of the video, was for the 5th of April. First Word After Helen Keller by Rachel Rooney. I'm very tired at the moment. So I will go back and I will share with you what we missed on the 3rd. It's got some length to it. Alright, cool. Settle in. So, from the 3rd of April, but being shared here today on the 5th, this is the Jumblies by Edward Lear, and our blurb reads as follows. Lewis Carroll and Edward Lear were the kings of nonsense writing. Lear is best known for the narrative poem The Owl and the Pussycat, which I absolutely adore. And he also helped popularise the limerick form, parentheses, there once was a poet named Lear. The Jumblies is an example of one of Lear's most inventive and madcap poems. Okay, so this is several stanzas. This spans across, I think, 3 or 4 pages. So, friends, please get comfortable, and let's see what we're in for with the Jumblies by Edward Lear. They went to sea in a sieve, they did. In a sieve they went to sea. In spite of all their friends could say, on a winter's morn, on a stormy day, in a sieve they went to sea. And when the sieve turned round and round, everyone cried, "You'll all be drowned!" They called aloud, "Our sieve ain't big, but we don't care a button. We don't care a fig. In a sieve we'll go to sea. Far and far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. They sailed away in a sieve they did, in a sieve they sailed so fast, with only a beautiful pea-green veil tied with a riband by way of a sail to a small tobacco pipe mast, and everyone said who saw them go, 'Oh, won't they soon be upset, you know, for the sky is dark and the voyage is long, and happen what may, it's extremely wrong in a sieve to sail so fast.' Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. The water it soon came in, it did, the water it soon came in. So to keep them dry they wrapped their feet in a pinky paper all folded neat, and they fastened it down with a pin, and they passed the night in a crockery jar, and each of them said, 'How wise we are! Though the sky be dark and the voyage be long, yet never we can think we are rash or wrong, while round in our sieve we spin. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. And all the night long they sailed away, and when the sun went down they whistled and warbled a moony song to the echoing sound of a coppery gong in the shade of the mountains brown. O Timbaloo, how happy we are when we live in a sieve in a crockery jar, and all the night long in the moonlight pale we sail away with a pea-green sail in the shade of the mountains brown. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. They sailed to the western sea, they did, to a land all covered with trees, and they bought an owl and a useful cart, and a pound of rice and a cranberry tart, and a hive of silvery bees. And they bought a pig and some green jackdaws, and a lovely monkey with lollipop paws, and 40 bottles of Ringbo Ree, and no end of Stilton cheese. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. And in 20 years they all come back, in 20 years or more, and everyone said how tall they've grown, for they've been to the lakes and the Torrible Zone, and the hills of the Chackley Bore, and they drank their health and gave them a feast of dumplings made of beautiful yeast. And everyone said, if we only live, we too will go to sea in a sieve, to the hills of Chankly Bore. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green and their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. Loved that. I loved that a lot. And actually, I'm super happy that this mix-up happened, and we've ended up with that today, because I feel like, while I absolutely respect the very Christian values and the religious values observed during Easter, and I think I've talked before about, I'm always certain I've talked at length about the capitalism and the capitalisation of various different holidays. I do love that kind of childlike wonder and magic that comes with observing of holidays, and kind of mystic characters like the Easter Bunny, and like some random mystic being has come and provided gifts for us in the night, and that gives me those kind of vibes. So I feel like we've just provided a very childlike wonder kind of story, on Easter Sunday, which feels super fitting and super fun. So yeah, I'm so happy with that. I really hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. I don't think I've read that before. I'm very familiar with Edward Lear. I love The Owl and the Pussycat. And I think that's my new favourite thing about this book, is that it's reminding me, this book and this whole process reminding me of just how much poetry I love. Top of my list is always Jabberwocky and the Raven, but then I remember that I absolutely adore Talking Turkeys by Benjamin Zephaniah, and the Walrus and the Carpenter by Lewis Carroll, and my heart feels full. On a day that I have spent alone, in quite a lot of pain, my heart feels very full. I feel joy to share these with you. So thank you for that. And I'm excited to see what we get tomorrow. So on that note, friends, I will leave you to your chocolate eggs, and I will wish you a very